A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters. We reject alternative facts, so come on in here and let me educate you on the facts. Hello, everyone. How are you? Let me get my angle right. There we go. Welcome to the Q with Q show. This is our daily political briefing. Thank you all so much for being here. Let me drop this before I forget. Down there scrolling, that's a way that you can pour into me if you'd like to, if you've enjoyed the show. If this is your first time here, baby, just check the show out and then maybe you want to do some of those things down there at the bottom, but no pressure here. Hey, how's everyone doing? Tracy Jones, Tammy Thurston, Yolanda Colbert, my girl Shannon Collins. Yes, Aaron E. Everybody's in the building today. Chantel Smith, lots to talk about, people, lots and lots to talk about. Thank you all so much for being here. You all know our motto, dissent, not disrespect. Please feel free to mix and mingle. Dontrell Dan, I see you in the comments. Mix and mingle in the comments, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, or agree or disagree with anybody else. Michelle Mitchell, I see you. Lakeithia Thomas, definitely participate in all of that good stuff. Okay, so let's get into the news. Let's just jump right in that thing because we got lots to talk about. Now, if you saw right before we came on, I did a video, I think about an hour ago, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, where we were talking about Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy. So I wanted to give you an update because there's been an update on that. So in the video, basically, it was breaking news because Patrick Leahy is the president pro temp, which has many different implications. He is the president pro temp because he is the longest serving senator in the Democratic Party. Now, in the Senate, the person that gets this position is the longest serving senator, is the longest serving senator on whatever party is in control. Aaron E., I see you. Thank you so much for the super comment. Hey, family, can't stay tonight. My sister's getting married tomorrow, but I wanted to show some love. Hey, we love a wedding. Hey. Not Merry Christmas. What you supposed to say? Congrats. Oh, oh goodness. Congrats, Aaron. Send us photos. Patrick Leahy, senator, is the senator pro temp. Basically, that position sits in for the vice president. We know per the Constitution, the vice president is the president, right? I know that can be kind of confusing, but the vice president is the president of the Senate. Well, when the VP can't be there because the VP is doing VP things, then there is a person that kind of sits in that placeholder. And so that's the president pro temp. So Senator Leahy is that. Not only is he that, but he is also the third in line to the presidency. So let's say some catastrophic event happens that takes out the president, the vice president, and the Speaker of the House. Well, the president is already in the line. So the vice president, the Speaker of the House, then it would be president pro temp. So they're third in the line of succession to the president, to the presidency. And not only that, the biggest thing that made it breaking news was because we know that the Democrats have a 50, it's basically a tie with Kamala Harris being the tie-breaking vote, which gives the Democrats the power in the Senate. Well, he is a senator from Vermont. So if he, for whatever reason, going to the hospital, like let's say whatever's at this hospital takes him out for whatever reason, that means his governor of Vermont can appoint a senator, kind of like remember with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris stepped down to be VP, and then the California governor appointed the next senator. Well, the senator in Vermont, where Senator Leahy is from, is Republican. So if something was to happen to him and they would appoint a Republican senator, the Republicans take control of the Senate. That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's what it is. But we got more update. We got an update literally before I came on here that he is out of the hospital and that we knew he went out of an abundance of caution. But again, he's an older gentleman, again, the longest serving Democrat. That's why he's in that position. But he's out of the hospital. His people say he's doing well. So it's good right now. So I was like, look, we just got a little power. Come on, Leahy. Don't do this. Don't do all that work we did down there in Georgia. Don't do this. Whoo, Chile. So that's that. So a little update. Also, you saw that I pulled Aaron's comment up here. I didn't say that, but if you are on YouTube and would like to get your comment pulled up on the screen and also pour into me, there's a feature called Super Chat and Super Stickers. That is how I am able to do this show every day and also to deliver the news to you on other social media outlets by your support. So if you want to do that, please do that. We'll pull them up accordingly. Also, child, oh, wait a minute now. Okay, trying to get my seat right. Also, a little bit of breaking news, more breaking news that apparently some man from California has been, Jessica, I see that, you funny. Jessica said he needs some goalie gummies. They coming up, they on the side. I ain't ready for that pitch just yet. They ain't ready for that pitch. Ray Anthony, just wanted to say thanks for the prayers yesterday. COVID test came back negative, and I feel 1,000% better and ready for these political shenanigans. Okay, good to hear that. We are so glad you do not have that COVID, baby, because that COVID is nothing to play with. Good to hear that, Ray. Good to hear that. Other news. So we found out that apparently, so go back, y'all know on the day of the insurrection on January 6th, apparently a man in California got hold of New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries' family member's phone number and basically was threatening them, saying that they have eyes on them. Like, as you know, as we're all watching the insurrection at the Capitol, someone is texting a congressman's family member saying that the congressman is putting his family in danger by lying, saying that Biden is president and that you need to talk to your boy. We got eyes on you. They sent a photo of a home in the neighborhood of the congressman's brother. It was a text to his brother and his sister-in-law. That man has been arrested, but this is crazy shenanigans. Tracy Jones. I got my first dose of COVID-19 vaccine on Thursday. Okay, tell us how you feel in the comments. How are you feeling? And also, we want to know about your second dose experience as well. Thank you for that super comment, Tracy. That's crazy shenanigans. Like, I can only imagine what his family members were thinking, right? As you see people literally storming the Capitol and then someone's texting you based on your brother's political work as an elected representative. I'm glad that the FBI has caught the man. They need to catch everybody. I saw somebody else got arrested earlier today that was trying to threaten Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. This is getting out of hand. This is absolutely getting out of hand. I need the FBI to come on with it. I mean, y'all are already rounding up people. Those are things we love to see. Round up the people that need to be rounded up. But no, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, Pam. This is getting absolute. This is one of those other reasons. If you've been streaming here long enough, you've heard me talk about why I will not enter politics on that side. I'll be right here talking, which doesn't make you 100% safe, because that same man apparently sent threatening text messages to George Stephanopoulos, news anchor's family members as well, saying that he was lying and putting them, in danger as well. But getting into that political fray like that, I don't have time for that. Because they keeping it real calm, cool, and collected. And y'all know I'm very nonviolent, dissent, not disrespect. But I can't tell you how I'm going to react if you threaten my family member. Like, I don't know what that experience is like, right? I'm not on that side of it. So I'm just like, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. I'll just come and educate my people on what's going on. But we say shout out to the FBI for rounding the people out. Also, just a little something, the FBI is still looking for assistance. So there's a website that the FBI didn't put up with people faces that was down there on that insurrection trying to overthrow the government and all those things. And if you know somebody, say something. What they say, see something, say something. See something, say something here. Okay, this ain't just for airports. See something, say something. So if you see somebody, go ahead and let the FBI know so the people know. Yes, Sharon, George Stephanopoulos. I said, now what George did to y'all? George ain't even did nothing. Hakeem ain't even did nothing but his job, but not George. No, we don't play about Stephanopoulos. No. What you're not going to do is threaten Stephanopoulos. No, ma'am, Pam. But yeah, it's really quite ridiculous how much certain people are bought into this huge lie that Donald Trump and enablers, congressmen, senators, people that's going on Fox News, perpetrated. It's crazy. And then to see, the senators be sworn in today. I also posted something on Twitter and my other platforms that is wild, that the people that are responsible for either acquitting or convicting Trump are survivors / victims, however you want to look at it. I don't know what stage in grief they're in, if they're still feeling like a victim or if they've moved to survivor, but survivor / victims. They are witnesses as well, because we all witnessed it. They witnessed, him whipping up that crowd technically for months. And some of them are co-conspirators. So it's a wild jury, if you will, when we come to this impeachment of Trump. And so even it's wild in the mix. And then when you see what happened today, Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky, junior senator of Kentucky, y'all know Mitch McConnell is the senior senator. Side note, Kentucky, get it together. Basically did this procedural vote saying, or forced a procedural vote, if you will, saying that it was unconstitutional because they are going after a private citizen, not taking into consideration that there is precedent that the Senate has had an impeachment trial for public officers or public officials, who were no longer in their office. But they pushed this through, and 45 Republicans voted almost basically affirming that they believed that the process was unconstitutional, making this a process argument, saying that we shouldn't go forth with an impeachment trial because of the constitutionality or not talking about the issue, which we've seen the Republican Party do that a lot. Instead of dealing with the issue, it's like, look, let's throw the stick over there and let's talk about the whataboutism. Let's talk about this over here instead of the real issue. Did this man incite a riot? Did this man whip them up? Did this man do that? That is the question on the table, not necessarily is it constitutional or not, which it is, because there is precedent for it and also the Constitution distinctly lays out that the impeachment trial can be used to determine if someone needs to be removed from office and disqualified for other office. So it's the disqualification for me, because he's already out. He only had one term, which means he is eligible to run again. So yes, you move forward with the trial to say whether he was guilty of this or innocent, and then to hold a vote to say whether he can hold office again, this particular office or federal office again, because he's eligible. So it was totally a moot point. It was totally shenanigans. Thank you so much for that super sticker. It was such shenanigans. But that's we've come to kind of expect that with Rand Paul, especially the comments that he's made over the past couple of months. Really almost a year now. Mind you, this man is a medical doctor, and the idiotic, lunatic type things he's been saying about coronavirus and all of that. And the man is a medical doctor. I'm like, do we need to have a medical review board? Can you take somebody's license for saying something crazy? Because something ain't right about it. Something ain't right in the water. Mel just planning. Thank you for helping me and my husband better understand the political shenanigans. You and your husband are very welcome. I love to hear it. Love to hear it. We got man and wife over there watching. Hey, how y'all doing? We love to hear it. Sharon watching too. Love to hear it. Jen N, yes, you did. You definitely made it in time. Excuse me. So it's absolutely it was absolutely insane. But people are trying to read what the political what are they saying with this vote, since 45 of them voted no? Are they saying that they won't convict him? Or what? Mind you, 45 of them voted no, 55 voted yes, 5 Republicans joined the 48 Democrats and the 2 independents. I keep saying this because I want people to make sure they understand that it is not 50 Democrats in the Senate. It is 48 Democrats in the Senate. There are 2 Republican senators, there are 2 independent senators in the Senate that caucus with the Democrats, meaning they show their deference to them. They typically vote with them, but they run as an independent. They are not a part of the Democratic Party. But since they are showing deference, that gives the Democrats the 50-50 split, with Kamala Harris being the VP, the tiebreaker. That's how they get the majority. Just so we know, just so we be educated and stuff like that. Okay, so that means 48 of the Democrats voted to move, yes, they can move forward with the shenanigans that Rand Paul was trying to do. 2 of the independents, and then 5 Republicans crossed over. And we already know them. You know Mitt Romney was down there. You know Mitt Romney was down there. Now, you remember Mitt Romney, former presidential candidate, also voted, the only Republican to vote to convict Trump in his first impeachment trial. So he was over there. Lisa Murkowski and them was over there. Who else was over there? Susan Collins, Ben Sass. Ben Sass just all of a sudden started talking about Trump after he lost. It ain't like he been nucking if you bucking. But they was all over down there. They said, yeah, let's move forward. So in theory, one might imagine that there are at least 5 Republican votes to convict. Now, 5 Republican votes does not equal a conviction. They are still going to need a lot more Republican votes. Some have speculated, excuse me, I need to get a haircut because my mustache keep flipping up in my nose. Excuse me here, but that's getting annoying. I'm sorry. That is really starting to annoy me. I need to get down to the barbershop. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So some have wondered, well, when the impeachment trial happens and the Democrats rerun the tape and, will this lived experience come back to them? Will they decide to have a vote of a difference of conscience and vote to convict him? I don't know. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. Side note, I be thinking about politics in the weirdest places. I was taking a whole shower yesterday and I was just like, do y'all it's more than just Donald Trump whipped up these people and had into this insurrection. They were coming in there to try to kill people. And had they killed you, it's really not just you, right? A lot of them have children. They would have stolen your children's father, your child's mother. They would have stolen your spouse's spouse. They would have stolen your mother's son, your father's daughter, right? Yes, it's you. I guess, I don't know. I was looking at it that way. I would be pissed off. I would be more than pissed off, especially if I had kids, if I had a wife. It's you stole somebody's husband and father. That is what you were trying to do. I don't know if people think, I think different, but I don't know that Republicans are thinking that way. And I really hate to hear the continued argument of they're going to have this on their conscience and they're going to, they have to live with it. They've been living with it. We keep making that argument keeps coming up as if they share, or as if some share the same view of morality, as if we're all on the same moral playing field, that we all agree to these things. I'm really kind of tired of hearing that, because it makes me think of a couple years ago when the Republicans was at that baseball game and one of the Republican congressmen, he was a congressman, right? Yeah, got shot. And then still came, whole hospital and everything. And then still came back and was no, we don't have an issue with gun laws. We don't have an issue with that. That man came over there to kill y'all. You got shot. And you didn't think that there was something that needed to be done, more background checks to make sure that people shouldn't get guns who don't need guns, or people who experience severe mental health issues or mild mental health issues that are impairing them. You don't think those people need not have guns? That's it, baby, that blew me. That blew me. I said, that man got whole shot and came back like nothing happened. That blew me. And then I don't know if I should say that. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, that blew me. So when we keep having this conversation about they have to live with it on they don't care. That's just what I've come to conclusion. They don't care. Chantel Smith, thank you so much. It's the domino effect that they don't think about, or maybe they do. Maybe they have thought about the domino effect. Maybe they have just decided that this is what it is, because none of these people are idiots. I don't believe that. I refuse to believe that. As much as Lindsey Graham gets on my nerves, Lindsey Graham is not an idiot. As much as Ted Cruz gets on my nerves, and I do not respect Ted Cruz, he is not an idiot. They're not dumb people. They are making active decisions. And they are making decisions to act and to enact. And everything they do or do not do is a choice and is saying something. So I'm starting to believe that they are okay with it. They are just you could say, you know, they're scared of the base. They don't want to lose re-election when it's time. Then that means you're okay with it. Then that literally means if you're not, that means you're okay with it. That's just period. Leadership is hard. Leadership is hard. Just like a few seconds ago, not comparing me to them, but just like a few seconds ago when I had to process, should I say that? I had a whole comment. Should I say that? I'm not going to say that. Why? Because I stand in a certain position and I steward, or at least I try to steward the position that God has given me. This is a position. This is an honor. This is a privilege. I see right now it's 288 of y'all streaming. That is a privilege to have 280 plus people listening to this live, listening to what I have to say. That is a privilege. Was it elected? No, but it is a privilege. So I steward it well. You are in a privileged position as an elected official. You are a person of leadership. You come with a certain, everybody's going to get basic human respect, but you come with a certain level of respect because you're in a position that we show deference to, that we expect you to lead. Leadership ain't easy. It's not. It would have been easy for me to say what I didn't say and just let it be whatever it is. That's easy. So this idea that they are scared of their voters or they don't want to lose re-election, look. I can't rock with it. I can't respect it. Even me, there are certain times I'm like, oh, should I say this? Even if it won't be perceived disrespectful. I put a post, and again, this is not about me. I can only just use me as an example with this. I put a post up a couple of days ago, and I was like, hey, we've had a common foe for 4 years. Just know as we move forward, you probably gonna hear some stuff out my mouth that you don't agree with. And that's okay. It would be easy for me to continue to tell you all things that I think majority of you agree with when I won't agree with it, right? It would be easy for me to do that. The hard thing, or not hard, but the leadership thing, the position thing is to tell you what I think and how I feel, whether you agree with it or not. Some of y'all probably I already know it's certain stuff gonna come up, and I already know. I already know because I already know how I feel about it, and I know how the collective feels. So that would be easy. So I just don't buy that. I just don't buy that. I don't respect that. Y'all saw this man whip up that insurrection. Y'all saw all of that, and I just spent 20 minutes talking about them. I'm finna move on. Y'all saw that. Period. Y'all saw that. So bump out. I don't want to hear nothing about that. So we got to see Susan Rice today. We had seen Susan Rice down there at that White House at that press briefing with Jen Psaki. Ain't that Jen Psaki good? Ain't that Jen Psaki good? Now, y'all know I wanted Simone Sanders to be press secretary, but that Jen Psaki okay, ain't she? Y'all be seeing Jen Psaki? Jen Psaki be down there with a little red hair. I like that red, Jen. I like that red. She be coming with it. But you can always say it's funny. It's so funny, though, watching press briefings now because like they they do it the typical way. And so when they don't know the answer to the question that's being asked, it's not that they're lying, but they'll do this thing. It's so traditional, typical, and different from the last 4 years of just bulldozing straight through with the lie, you know. Anyway, somebody said it's giving Abby from Scandal. Abby from Scandal vibes. Yeah, Jen Psaki be down there. Jen Psaki be down there. She be down there at that. But we saw Susan Rice today talk about the administration heavily focusing on equity, racial equity for people. A lot of times we, for my allies, non-Black folks, a lot of times we talk about, we talk about Black people and Black struggle. But keep in mind, if we lift Black people up, we're really talking about everybody because we're talking about civil rights. Yes, the civil rights movement was created and baked in by Black folks for our liberation and our equality and equity, but really, like nobody in the mainstream. There are some, it's fringe everywhere, but nobody is really advocating for a Black supremacy, if you will. Nobody's really advocating for give me this, but I don't care about the Asian American. I don't care about the American Indian. I don't care about the native. I don't care about the Greek American. That's not what people are advocating for. But what we are saying is that we have historically been in a disadvantaged position since the inception. And so if you go ahead and create laws that protect us, since we are at the bottom of the totem pole, if you protect us, it really protects everybody, because everybody else will fall up in that, right? So I just wanted to make sure that was said, because I don't know if that's said a lot, especially or that explanation is explained in that way a lot, especially as we see Biden and his administration come out and talk about disproportionalities and them constantly using, references to the black-white racial gap. But that isn't cumbersome of everybody. Lakeisha Lee, 1, thank you for the super comment, sis. And 2, let's read it. The true problem in correlation to politics, which appears to be heavily prevalent in these Republican senators, is that they rather attain and keep power than sustain leadership. That's a whole tweet, sis. That is a whole tweet. That's the issue. You would rather keep power than sustain leadership. That is the issue. And that is almost the hard thing. I would say it's the hard thing to do, because in our nature, in our flesh, of course people want power. Of course people want clout and all this other stuff. I get that. But you are in a leadership. You are supposed to be there to make the hard decisions. That's it, Lakeisha Lee. That is it. There you go. Baby, that's the tweet. Somebody needs to tweet. Lakeisha, tweet that. That's the tweet. What they say, that's the tweet. That's it. That's the tweet. So, we saw Susan Rice down there talking about down at the White House, talking about, the racial equity and her coming on board and all that. So we love to see Susan Rice down there. We love to see Jen Psaki, all them down at that White House briefing. Other thing, do I want to talk about that? No. Okay, I'm going to skip that one. Other thing that happened today. Biden, we got a readout from our side that Biden talked to Russian President Vladimir Putin. The reason I say from our side is because typically when our president talks to foreign heads of states, other presidents or prime ministers, whatever countries call their top leadership person, America gives us a readout, right? Like our State Department, our people give us a readout, and we find out like, hey, our president, talked to somebody else over there. If it's a on the record conversation with Trump and especially Putin, we never got a readout from our side. We started finding out they talked because the Russians was doing a readout to their people and telling them. So we had to pick it up from their news that they talked. So there's that. So they talked today. I'll take it. Go. They talked today. Oh, I didn't even do that. Thank you so much. They talked today, and we'll talk about that right on the other side of this. Now, baby, y'all know you got to get your goalie gummies. Hello. Get your goalie gummies, your apple cider vinegar gummy. Now, this is actually my favorite. I ain't gonna lie, because it tastes better. Both of them taste good, but the red one tastes better than the blue. Now, this is your apple cider vinegar replacement. Okay. So you get the same benefits from the apple cider vinegar. It's vegan, so you don't have to worry about that. Tastes good, nutritious, appetite control, all those things. But you can also get the ashwagandha. Now, this one is good too. Don't get me wrong when I say I like this one better. I just like the flavor. Now, this flavor, what's this? It's like a raspberry type. You can still taste a little bit of the apple, like it's more like a raspberry apple type. This one is a mixed berry. It is still good, but the other one, I just like the other one. Now, this one's supposed to help you relax, restore, and unwind. And baby, when I tell you these things, they do that. They do that. So go ahead and get your goalie gummies. I'm dropping the link in the chat right now. And if you use my promo code, you will get a little extra off. We want you to get a little extra off. Let me do the promo code QueJiles. Boom. We'll let you get a little extra off right there. So use the promo code along with the goalie gummies link in there. Also, sign up for the Patreon. Got some good stuff cooking. All Patreon members, we're meeting up on Zoom this Saturday. Actually, we're supposed to meet up twice. Y'all, we're supposed to meet up twice. So Patreon members, we're meeting twice. We're meeting Saturday afternoon so that y'all can meet the interns. I talk to the interns. If you're new to the show, I have 4 interns that kind of help me do what I do. They started, I just looked at the actual date for whatever reason. They started December 9th of last year. Excuse me. And so my Patreon people, you all will meet the interns this Saturday afternoon. I will be posting the link in Patreon, and we're going to be watching a movie Saturday night. Y'all, why do I keep forgetting the name? American Skin? American Skin, is that what we're watching? I keep forgetting the name of this movie. American Skin. Hold on, let me Google real quick. I think that's what we're watching. We'll be doing, okay. Why is my phone tripping? Okay. Yes, we're watching American Skin this Saturday. So I'm going to stream it and bring it up on the screen, share my screen with everybody. And then you can watch it with us as well. And then we'll do our dialogue and chat after the movie. So we have a movie watch night. So we're going to be lit on Saturday. We're doing double stuff on Patreon. So make sure y'all join the Patreon. Also, if you want to set up one-on-one Zoom calls, like my girl Sheena, who did a one-on-one Zoom call today. I enjoyed our chat today, and I got my ashwagandha today. Hey! So she's a Patreon member. You sign up for Patreon, you get the one-on-one Zoom call with me, and we just chit and chat. We talk about anything. Today I had conversations about politics. I didn't have conversations about life today. Not like life. I've had some real life conversations, and I appreciate y'all sharing with me. But we also talked about branding and marketing and how you build your brand. And so some people that watch have their own brand and want to know what I did or my thoughts on how they're trying to move and do stuff like that. So we can have those conversations too, but that only happens exclusively on Patreon with the one-on-one. I'm going to drop the link one more time just in case you missed it when we were talking about Goalie Gummies earlier. There is the link for that. And now we finna get back down to, somebody, T-Sipper said American Skin is so good. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, we're going to watch that Saturday. We're going to watch that Saturday. Quentin say, you love us. You just want to hang out. I must do, because I didn't realize, I'm going to pull this up. It ain't a super comment, but I'm still pull it up. I must do. Quentin is on the Patreon too. I didn't realize that I scheduled 2 things for Patreon this weekend. So clearly, we had a good time down there on the Patreon. So baby, y'all better sign up. Y'all better sign up. You're missing out. Jay Single said what time? So the meeting with the interns is going to be 2:15 p.m. CST. 2:15 p.m. CST. And then the movie, I still have to figure that out. One of my friends is coming into town because y'all know, or maybe y'all don't know, but my birthday is next Monday. So one of my friends is coming in town on Saturday, and we're going to go out to eat. Oh, you know what? She might stick around. I'm going to see if she want to stick around and watch the movie, and maybe she could talk with y'all too. So I have to schedule it out from there. I have to see what time she's coming. And then that's how I'll decide what time we're going to do the movie. But I'll let you know in Patreon. I'll put a link. I'll drop a post in Patreon to let you know what time the movie is going to be. So, yeah. Ray, I see you. I'm so sad I missed our appointment today. That's okay. You rescheduled your one-on-one, so that's okay. That's okay. Ain't no problem. We'll talk at the rescheduled time. So going back to Biden. Biden spoke to Trump today. He was, let me tell you something. All this Russian hacking, all this election interference, I'm at you. What's happening? What's happening, folks? What's happening? I don't know if he said all that or was aggressive like that, but what the readout that we got was that he did say it with his chest, if you will. Oh, y'all putting that zodiac stuff, baby. I don't get in that zodiac. I don't get in that zodiacs. I don't do nothing about the zodiacs. I'm just born February 1st. I don't do nothing about that zodiac. It's so it was so funny. The girl at the dentist. The girl was all in my mouth last week. The girl was all in my mouth. Oh, yes, Jaquinta, the book club is February 6th. So Patreon people, book club February 6th. Okay. But I was at the dentist the other day and the girl was all in my mouth. And I ended up mentioning, I don't even know how my birthday came up, but somehow I either said, no, she looked at my chart was right there. She mentioned it. And I was like, oh yeah. And then she ended up talking about the zodiacs. And I was like, oh girl, I don't get all that. And so as we're talking, because I'm talking to her and I'm talking to the doc, the dentist, I end up telling him how I'm reprioritizing. Let me make this long story short, reprioritizing my life or whatever. And so Jiles, she came over there. She was like, oh, let me show you, because the Aquarius is doing this and doing that. And I was like, hold on, sis. Baby, look now, I done told you. I don't get into all that. She was like, no, but you got to look it up. I was like, honestly, I'm not going to look it up. Like, can we stop with the conversation? I'm not going to look it up. It's just Jesus for me. I let him lead me. I don't let the Zodiac lead me. Okay. So listen, it was funny to me though, because I mean, she was really trying to push it. And I was like, how many times do I have to say, I'm good? I'm good. Like, anyway. So let's get back to Putin and Biden. So yeah, he had a conversation with Russian President Putin. He basically, the readout we got is that he brought up, the Russian hacking, the Russian putting bounties on American soldiers, that whole report, all of that. He basically brought it up and was like, we're not gonna have none of this shenanigans. Now, I don't care I do care what you was doing with Trump, but Trump ain't here no more. And also that they needed to re-establish mutual interest, which at first hearing, one might be like, well, what you mean mutual interest? They've been doing all this other stuff, but that's diplomacy at work. That is true diplomacy, holding people accountable for the things that they did, which I'm pretty sure we're going to do, and also still trying to find a way to be collaborative as long as it is fruitful, right? Oh, that kind of goes against what I said earlier. Okay, Joe. I had a one-on-one earlier today with the Zoom. This is actually not a plug for the Patreon, but it was a Patreon phone call, Zoom call, where the person, I'm not going to put their name out, but the person asked me, why I don't really fool with Joe Biden. I was like, I don't have nothing, against him personally. He's just not my style of politician. I like a little bit more progressivism. Also, and even though I didn't want, he wasn't my guy, he is, I can say he is perfectly positioned for such a time to be president. Like, this is clearly his moment. With all the shenanigans that Trump pulled, his experience in the Senate and his experience as vice president for 8 years, he is perfectly positioned to not have to do on-the-job training, right? So this is his moment. I give it to him. This is his moment. But I was like, all this trying to work with them Republicans, the same people that tried to overthrow the election, the same people that won't, how are we supposed to work with that? But what I just said about Putin, I guess, could be applied here. Him trying to be as diplomatic internally as possible, as long as it's fruitful. So you know what? I'm going to take that back, what I said earlier today. Even though I didn't say it publicly, I'm going to take that back. Because maybe that's what he's trying to do. Just what he's doing with Putin. Let me try to be diplomatic. Let me still hold you accountable. But is there a space in which we can work together to where it's actually going to be fruitful and beneficial? So, okay, Joe. Okay, Joe. I'm gonna give Joe some breathing room on that. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with him trying to make it work with Republicans. Yeah, I'm okay with that for right now. So, yeah, so that's what we saw. Tracy says she just joined Patreon. Welcome, Tracy. Welcome, y'all. Thank you, Tracy, for joining. We love to have you down there. We'll talk to you. Oh, a few of y'all. Hold on. Okay, Lakeithia joined. All right. We'll see y'all down there on the Patreon. Thank you so much. So we talked to him today, and that's what we love to see. We love to see that, actually. We actually love to see that. Let's see. I saw a comment over here that I wanted to. Vivian said, thanks for the discount. Just placed my goalie order. You're so welcome. Thank you. Full disclosure, since I affiliate with them, when you all get the discount and buy some, they do send me a commission check, just full disclosure. So thank you. Let's see. Yes, yeah. Somebody said Black History and Love all in 1 month, and Q gets to start us off. Yes, I used to say that in college all the time. They used to be my whole thing. Like, I start off the love, the Black History and the love, the Black History and the love. Man, where is that comment? Okay, it's gone. It's gone. There was somebody had a comment and it escapes me. Okay. So yeah, we love to see that from Biden. Also, Biden issued an executive order that there will not be any more collaboration with the federal government and private prisons, ending contracting with private prisons. Those are things we love to see as well. I'm not understanding how you is a private prison and profiting off of bodies in your prison. Oh, y'all know what, Patreon people? We're gonna watch 13th. I don't know if anybody watched 13th on Netflix. Not this weekend, since we already got a movie lined up. We're gonna have to pick another weekend in February. We'll do another movie night. We're gonna watch 13th on Netflix because that's when I learned about like the prison business, these private prisons actually lobbying congressmen and women, senators, literally writing bills, giving it to them to present, to turn into law, thereby making it easier to incarcerate folks. If people are incarcerated, they go to the private prison, and the prison is benefiting off of a body there because tax dollars is paying, right? Tax dollars paying to incarcerate folks. So they're profiting off of bodies in prisons, which also contributes to the mass incarceration of Black and brown folks. Riveting. The 13th is riveting. We're going to watch that. But so, yeah, I'm glad that Biden did that. Some people are pushing forth and also saying, well, you need to look at ICE detention centers because there are some ICE detention centers that still contract with private prisons. And so you need to look at that. They didn't go that far, but they are ending the Federal Bureau private prisons. Y'all know ICE is under Homeland Security. So what they're talking about is like DOJ, we didn't took you to court, lock you up type stuff. But you know that immigration court or excuse me, the Homeland Security and ICE is in another department. So yeah, so that's what we love to see. We absolutely love to see it, and we're gonna hold him accountable as well because these ICE detention centers, we need to do something about that. Definitely the cages and ripping people apart. Now there is room to discuss how do you hold people who are crossing the border that let me preface this correctly. Or let me say this correctly. There is still space to hold people accountable who I hate to say this word, but it is the word, who illegally entered the country. Right? Because there are laws and systems. The reason I hate to say illegally enter it is because it's been co-opted by right-wing media as like, you're illegal, you're to demonize. So I'm not saying it in a demonization way. What I am saying is that we do have a certain set of laws and standards, right? And so we need to look at our laws and how we are treating people who are trying to immigrate here or who cross the border, which is illegal. There is still room and still space to talk about holding centers, detention centers, whatever you want to call it, but there is space to talk about keeping those, and in that same space, making sure that those facilities are humane and that you are treating humans like humans, right? Not ripping mothers from babies, not making parents sign their parental rights away and they don't even know what's going on, not giving people toothbrushes or female sanitary napkins, not forced hysterectomies. So, I mean, it's a lot in that, right? But in that, there is still space to have that conversation of how do you handle that? Because it does have to be handled in a way. So I just want to make sure I laid that out because, you know, when people, sometimes it's difficult because words get co-opted for a narrative. And so if you repeat them, you almost kind of get lumped into the narrative that someone has co-opted. So that's why I try to sometimes spend time and kind of chop that thing on down so that it may be a word that is co-opted, but like, I need you to know this is what I'm talking about, right? Danny G, thanks for the political tea. You welcome. You welcome. You're welcome. Let's see here. Q, when you do the briefing, can you pull up the article with screen share and read and talk about it? Oh, that's a comment from somebody streaming on Facebook, Brittany Young Thomas. Pull up the article. Maybe we'll do that. Hold on. Let me write a note to myself. We might do that. Pull article of impeachment. Would you all like to do that? Because the impeachment trial is going to start on the 9th? It starts on the 9th, which is a Tuesday. So if we don't have anything too pressing, let me put it on my calendar. If we don't have anything too pressing on Monday, boom. If we don't have anything too pressing on Monday, the 8th, that's the show. That'll be the show. We'll walk through the impeachment article. Come on with the show ideas. Okay, pull impeachment article for daily briefing. Okay, so yeah, so if nothing major happens on the 8th, okay, again, if nothing major happens on the 8th, we'll do that. We'll do that. Let me set an alarm for it 1 week before, and then set a second alarm 2 days before. Pull impeachment article. Okay, yeah. Got a show. We got a pre-planned show on the 8th. Barbara says, I'm supposed to be having my one-on-one tomorrow, my B-Day. Can I check your calendar to see what time? You should have an email and it'll tell you. But Barbara, I got you down at 12:30 p.m. CST. 12:30 p.m. CST. That's the time I got you on my calendar. So, and happy early birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, guys. So that is all the news stories we are going to run through today. We just hit that 45-minute time, even though I told myself tonight was going to be a shorter show and be 30 minutes, but I spent a lot of time. I got wrapped up in the shenanigans. Oh, the impeachment trial starts on the 8th. No, I thought they updated it. I thought it was the 9th. I remember they said the 8th. Hold on. Impeachment trial start date. Start date. I could have sworn I heard earlier today that, hold on. That was 4 days ago. Oh, is it on the 8th? I thought they said the 9th today. Hold on, guys. When does the impeachment trial start? Yada, 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 yada. 45, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, no. Trial is scheduled to resume February 9th after House members who serve as prosecutors called managers and Trump's defense team each file written arguments in the case. Yeah, no, it got updated today. It's the 9th. It was the 8th, but it's the 9th now. I thought that's what I heard earlier today. Yeah, because I watched them when they did the procedural vote. When they did the procedural vote today, when Rand Paul came with his shenanigans. Yeah, it's the 9th. So it'll still work out. So the trial starts the 9th. And if nothing pressing happens on the 8th, we'll walk through that long article of impeachment. Okay? All right, my people. Well, that's it for tonight's daily political briefing. Jesus willing, we'll be back tomorrow with another briefing. Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Not just yet, because we got a super comment that came up in here. Little off topic, Q. I need you to report to my parent-teacher Zoom conference tomorrow. My 7-year-old daughter threw around a few what? You got to tell me a few. What'd she throw? Tell me what she threw. What she threw now? Oh, yes, please, everyone, make sure you like this video. If you're on YouTube, it definitely helps me out. Please like this video. She threw a wool child and a no man Pam in her Zoom. Oh, no, she no, she didn't. But them ain't bad words. You got to have a whole parent-teacher conference for that. Tell that teacher, listen. That woo child, that baby was just overwhelmed. That was her way of emoting how she felt. That baby was just overwhelmed. And then now she ought not be saying no man Pam. Now I don't know. It depends on how she said it. You know, context and tone inflection is everything. It depends on what she said. You know, it depends on how she said it. Oh goodness. Oh, that's funny. Keta said, did you decide on weekends for the one-on-ones? I did decide. I actually scheduled a post to drop on Saturday on the Patreon. So there will be a scheduled post that comes Saturday. So just keep your eye out on Patreon for that, and it walks you through what I'm going to do with the one-on-ones. She told her teacher to get down to the YouTube and learn. Oh! No, she didn't. Ooh, I ain't got no parts of that. I ain't tell that girl to do that. Wait, hold on. I was gonna take that on. I ain't got no parts of that. No, she did not tell that lady that. Or that man that. I don't know if her teacher a man or a woman. No, she did not. Listen. Get down to the YouTube, Madam Teacher. Oh my goodness. Listen, well, send the teacher my link now here. Send the teacher my link. Wow. Wow. I don't know what to tell you. I ain't got nothing. I don't have nothing for you. I'm sorry. I be trying to be a good influence on the churn. I really do try to be a good influence on the churn, but sometimes they just take it and run with it. Sometimes, what you say? Yes, she did. So I need you there, sir. Ooh, Chile. Ooh, Chile. That is funny to me. That is funny. Listen, wow. Oh man, that is funny. Okay, look, I'm sorry for influencing your child negatively here. I try to be a good positive role model. I don't know what else I could have said. You just got to tell her, do it, moan it in, daughter. If you're listening, you got to say those things in the right context. Okay, you can't just tell people you need to go learn somewhere, especially if you're a teacher. That's disrespectful. That come off disrespectful. Now we don't. What I say, dissent. Now she ain't say that part, did she? Dissent, not disrespect. You can't just be disrespecting the teacher now. Now we not gonna have that. Now what we not gonna have that. Then we gonna correct you right now. Because if we don't correct you right now, 30, 40 years from now, you might end up at the Capitol trying to riot and insurrect. Okay, so we gonna get you together right now. Here, don't do that. Don't do that. Jessica Hernandez says, you have my daughter Mia saying no ma'am Pam too, just not in school that I know of yet. Oh my goodness. Listen, now see, we okay with this. She say not in school that we know of yet. Oh goodness, not the churn. Oh, not the churn. That baby on punishment. You didn't put up. You can't just be talking to the teacher any kind of way. So But don't punish her too hard. Now, don't punish her too hard. She don't know. She ain't no correct context. She saw Uncle Quentin get hype, and then so she wanted to be hyped too, and so it just slipped out. She didn't know. You got to teach her. You got to teach the baby when it's appropriate to say such things. Because sometimes they don't know. Because she young. She young. Cut a little slack, mama, please. Cut a little slack. But we don't love to see that. We don't love to see it. I'm just gonna end the show. Because I don't know what to say. I do love the kids. Now I love the kids. But yeah, we got to teach them correct context and when they can and can't say certain things. So, y'all, that was funny. Y'all have a great night. Again, Jesus willing, we'll be back tomorrow to talk about all the political shenanigans. And I will see you then. Love you all in Christ. Peace.
A lot of people watched it, but nobody's watching day to day, all day, unless you're me and just love this stuff. Procedures are okay, but we want to know, where do you stand? And so I think the more that politicians stop trying to be politicians and be people, then that will engage voters.
We reject alternative facts. So come on in here and let me educate you on the facts.